Hello everyone and welcome to your show Around Kuwait. In this special episode, I would like to say Eid Mubarak for everyone watching us through the KTV2. I would like to congratulate everyone for the Muslim nation for the advent of Eid al-Adha. May Allah give you all with it prosperity and blessings. Eid Mubarak. And before we start, I would like to greet our working crew and also my colleague Hiba. Hello Hiba and Eid Mubarak to you.
Hello Abdulaziz and a great welcome to everyone and Eid Mubarak to all of the viewers who are watching us today, reminding you that we are here in Around Kuwait. We'd like to always present for you varieties of topic and guests. In today's episode, we have a very special guest. We're going to know more about them, but after this break, so stay tuned with us.
We are back to our show again, Around Kuwait. Today we have a distinguished guest who are going to join us. We'll talk about different perspectives. So please, I would like to welcome Dr. Zainab Awal. She is an Assistant Professor of College of Basic Education, Music Department, and also Saba Sulaiman. She is the Vice President of Fusion Band. Hello everyone and welcome to our show Around Kuwait.
Hello. We're really happy to welcome everyone here and we're really delighted to have both of you. We know that music is very important. Talking more about, of course, how it affects the soul. And, you know, we have this kind of, let's say, conflict when people say, I would like to express what's happening to my life, trying to express it with emotion. But sometimes words cannot be, let's say, enough. Therefore, we have music. We have this kind of language that connects everyone, connects the soul. So we're really happy to welcome and to talk more about this topic, starting with you, Dr. Zainab, talking more about how important is music, and since you are an educator, talking about how effective it is to educate people about this kind of, let's say, knowledge of, let's say, important of music and how it is really effective in that matter.
Well, actually, music in every country, it's something very unique, and in Kuwait, our government really take care of music because we have it since kindergarten.
Yes.
So the education in music is very well in Kuwait. It starts, the children start learning music at the age of 4 until they're 18. And then we have 2 schools of music in Kuwait. The one that I'm teaching in, which is College of Basic Education. We have music education department. It's a department within 20 other departments in the college. And we also have another school of music in Kuwait, which is the Higher Institute of Musical Arts.
Yes.
And that one, that school was before College of Basic Education. It was in 1970. And the music there is different than ours because it starts from high school. So the teenagers attend the school in the Higher Institute of Musical Arts, starting maybe age 13 or 14 years old, 9th grade, and they finish up their high school degree, and then they finish up college. So this is the difference between both of us, but we have 2 schools of music in Kuwait. That means that our government really takes care of music and really wants everybody to learn it. Why? Because music, it's actually something very important to tell all the world who you are. It's your nations. It shows your identity.
Right.
And also, it's all about your emotions. It changes your emotions.
Right.
It reminds you, if you just listen to one song, it could take you back
Right.
somewhere. So
To a
music,
specific even moment, let's say, like that's how strong music is that it doesn't take you just for a certain, let's say, memory, but it takes you to a certain spot, a certain time.
Exactly.
And you immediately connect it to that kind of sense, you know?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And also, it's a therapy. So there's a lot of majors in music.
Yes.
There is a music therapy that really, they did a lot of research, and it helps people. And a lot of other research, for example, like while milking the cows.
Okay.
So, there's a research that says while they put classic music for the cows, they reduce more milk.
Yes,
Milk.
So,
right.
subhanallah.
Right.
So yeah, it's great.
So well said from you, our guest Zainab Awad, Dr. Zainab Awad. We are investing, we are with us in the studio, so we'll know more about the academic side and the history of music. You mentioned something important, like because we have two schools, we have a High Institute for music, and we have also College of Basic Education, and
Yes.
you already differentiate about the difference between them. Like here you have in the high school you attend, here you study more fundamental, we can say.
Exactly.
This is the difference?
In College of Basic Education, the student is prepared to be a teacher.
Okay.
So that's why it's called College of Basic Education.
Okay.
So, but the Higher Institute of Musical Arts, you become an artist. This is the difference. So this is more educational, but we also learn a lot of musical
Basics when it comes into music.
subjects. Yeah,
Yes,
but
yes.
you will become more educational than a musician.
Yes, but the most important thing is that you have to have an instrument. You know,
Yes.
you have to pick an instrument that's really close to you in order for you to continue, of course, in that
In
matter.
our college, actually, the student is required to learn 6 courses of piano lessons. Besides, they pick another instrument. It could be any instrument that they want, even vocals or any other instruments such
Yes.
as violin, oud, qanun. We have Western and Eastern. It's up to the student to choose whatever is suitable for them.
And also, it's up to the student, so Sabah. It's up
Exactly.
to you, you choose whatever you want. So what about the instrument you choose already?
I have 2 instruments. You know,
Okay.
you mean in college?
Yes,
Yeah. My instrument is violin.
violin.
Wow.
So you are a violin expert, we can say.
Yeah. So she's the one who's really sensitive and the one who gets really, let's say, emotional. And you know, a violin player is very unique because they really get connected to their instrument and their feelings. And when they come to produce this kind of, let's say, beautiful piece of art, you can see that everyone gets, let's say, really attached to, and they just immediately get that kind of shivers when they hear it. So tell us more about your experience when you produce this kind of music. Like what the kind of sense that you actually feel while giving up these beautiful notes that you're playing. Like, do you feel like some kind, because we do feel these kind of goosebumps and shivers, but when it comes into you as a player, like, how does it feel?
Feels good.
Feels good? We want to hear more, my dear. It feels good, and even what?
She's really humble, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like once you hear these kind of words that comes from
It comes from
musician,
the emotion.
I'm very sure, Sabah, if we gave you the instrument, you would just
You will just click in.
give it with all the notes and sounds. Yeah.
It's actually the hardest instrument.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you want to attend and you already choose to play with to be a violin, okay? You want to go to the violin. And the Dr. Zainab was already your instructor. So when you're hearing her, she's playing in the class alone. I know sometimes you have to do practice individual. So how did you notice like this is her specialty, doctor?
For her?
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know, she's my daughter. And you know, how did she become a musician?
Yes.
Well, listen, a child, a fetus inside the mother's stomach starts to listen
Yes.
in about the 24th week.
Okay.
But the fetus listens to the inner sounds of the mother, such
Okay.
as the heartbeats. And when the fetus becomes like 26 weeks, it starts to listen to the outer sounds. In about 27, 28, it starts to listen to a lot of sounds around it, and it becomes, they can hear up to 800 megahertz.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is how it started with her.
Wow.
She was inside my stomach listening to me singing because I was a teacher. No, I was studying my master's when I was pregnant with her. No, I was a teacher, a high school teacher. So she listened to me because, you know, this is ear training.
Yes.
This is something inherited. So she was listening to me inside. That's how she became a musician by ear training before she was born.
Yeah.
So after she was born, I used to sing. Her father's also a musician.
Yeah.
He plays instruments, I play instruments. She listened to everybody singing, playing,
Yes.
and that's how your ear is training. And one day when she was about 11 years old, maybe, I got up my old violin when I was in high school. I used to be a member in Miami Sunset Senior Orchestra.
Okay.
When I was in high school back then.
Nice.
I got my instrument. I didn't play it for years because I played only the violin for 1 year.
Yes.
So I brought this instrument because my father saw it at his house, and he brought it to me. So I opened it up, cleaned it up, tried to tune it, tried to play. She was there listening, and then I tried to play some song, and I gave it to her. Mashallah, she took it and she played right away.
Directly.
For the first time. She
Yeah.
played Twinkle Twinkle, and I have a video of her playing it.
You're still
and
recording, you have it already.
Yes, I posted it in my Instagram account. And she was only 11 years old.
Mashallah.
And after her father came back home, I showed him the video right away. He got her a violin teacher right away the second day. The second day she started her violin lessons.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow.
And since then, since she was 12 years old, she's playing the violin. 11 years old. As well as her other brothers. She has two brothers, Yusuf and Hussein.
Yes.
Yusuf is 13 years old, and my youngest is 10 years old. They're all
Wow,
they play
mashallah.
violin at home.
Yeah. That's
proud.
really
So-
beautiful.
And actually, Saba, she graduated from Al Ghanim Bilingual School,
Okay.
a very high, mashallah, percentage. And this is the time when I asked her, what do you want to become? I know what she want to become because she told us 4,000 times, I want to be a musician.
A musician.
For the last chance, what do you want to be? You want to be engineer. You want to be whatever, pick whatever you want.
Yeah.
And she's like, Mom, I want to enter your college. I was happy, to be honest with
Yeah.
you, because the music is very something unique.
Yes.
So tell us about your experience about it.
So
When you came
let
to
me
my-
just
to
tell
our
you something.
college.
Like your mom said that you actually played Twinkle Twinkle. I tried playing Twinkle Twinkle and I played it in front of my family and they were like, oh, it's ABCD.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what? Violin is not my music and not my type of instrument, so maybe I couldn't, let's say, hit the notes. So tell us more about that kind of experience. Like, could it be that difficult? Because we know that the notes of music when it comes into Western and Eastern is really different, even when it comes into learning it, you know, in that kind of sense. So tell us about that kind of experience when it comes into, let's say, because you're in the band of, let's say, saying a fusion band, therefore you have mixture of Western and Eastern, let's say, collaboration of kind of music. So is it really difficult to, let's say, maintain playing the violin in the Western or the Eastern, let's say, notes?
Yeah, I actually started playing the violin in an Eastern way just like last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I had experience of 5 years?
Yes.
So you have to have
Yes.
a good, strong foundation because the most important is learning the solfege and just the music theory.
Yeah.
So you have to study the Western
Yes.
one first,
Yeah.
the English violin, let's call it English and Arabic.
Yes.
So you have to study the English violin first, and then when you become good in the English violin, and then you
Transfer into, let's say,
transfer into
Arabic.
the Arabic
Because
violin.
it's harder.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Let me tell you the difference. In the Eastern and the Western music, they use the 12 equal temperament,
Okay.
which is the pitches inside one octave is divided into 12 equal pitches, and each
Peace.
no, not each piece. It's
Note?
each pitch or each step, we call it. Each step is about 50 cents. But in the Eastern music, we use two kinds actually. In Kuwait, we study here the 24 equal temperament, which is the one they use in Egypt. And this is where you actually divide one octave into 24 equal steps. Each step is about 22.64 cent. That means there is extra notes in the Eastern system than the Western. Yes.
And this is like very affirmative information you're already hearing from you, from Dr. Zainab, and even our distinguished guest also, Saba. So let's go now hearing the band. So dear viewers, has the band from this break. They will continue show around Kuwait, so stay tuned.
Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Oh woman, don't you treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman that I've ever seen. I guess if you said so, I'll have to pack my things and go. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Oh baby, listen baby, don't you treat me this way, 'cause I'll be back on my feet someday. Don't care if you do, 'cause it's understood. You ain't got no money, you just ain't no good. I guess if you said so, I'll have to pack my things and go. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Don't you come back no more. Don't you come back no more. Don't you come back, don't you come back no more.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Of course, we're going to continue our episode with our distinguished guest with us, Dr. Zainab, and also Saba. So when we're talking more about the band, like we've been listening now to some of the great work they actually presented. Tell us more about that, Saba, talking more about a fusion band. Tell us more about how beautiful it is when it comes into, let's say, having that kind of heritage, authentic side, and also having that kind of, let's say, sense of fusion. Like, how did you come up with the idea, or how was the band actually found in the beginning?
So it was my idea of, I've always loved, when I was a kid, I used to always listen to Arabic music, and then I grew up and I only listened to English. Then I grew up even more and I listened to Arabic again. So I was like, I like both, why don't I just combine them? So I had that idea in mind, and I didn't really do anything about it until I met Jarrah Al-Mansouri. He also had the same idea, so I was like, we should try to make something together, and we created the band.
So the story when you created the band, I saw like the band is like everyone is different, feel like there are some local people are Kuwaitis and there are Western people, someone from Republic of India, would like to greet all them. And everyone have different instrument, because I am hearing a C rhythm, but Western style. I hear like an English music, but with Arabic style. So it's like the rhythms and the weights are totally different. Tell me, how did you combine together all the band together, Saba?
The most important thing is having the right scale. So you can mix any two songs if they're in the same scale. So, and not only the same scale, they have to sound good when they're combined together. So, yeah, you just have to find a song that clicks together.
Find the song that clicks together.
Yeah.
Yes, that's really beautiful to hear, and especially when we're talking about that, Dr. Zainab, having that kind of sense of responsibility, because as a mother, you've always, let's say, want your child to, let's say, have their own dreams accomplished, and this is something that she always wanted to have. But yet again, it's more of a responsibility, because you are not just, let's say, having your own field of education and trying to, of course, succeed when it comes into the matter as a student, but also at the same time, you want to compose music and create something very beautiful. So when it comes into that, how did you react when, let's say, you heard Saba saying that I want to do a fusion band, which is, let's say, combining such a music from different kind of, let's say, the world and getting it all together in that kind of sense?
I was very happy, to be honest with you. I really encouraged her to do so. And Saba is singing on stages when she was young at her school. She started to sing at a very young age. And she comes from a musician family.
Right.
So I have to be there standing for my daughter. I have to be there to follow her dreams. And
Nice.
I will always be there for her. And the thing that she's doing is very unique. And I love the idea. The mixing, the mixing music
itself.
of
Music,
the Eastern
different, yeah,
and the
style.
Western is something very, very unique. It actually, what she and Mr. Jarrah are trying to do is to keep that identity of their country, and this is something that amazing to do. What they're doing is it's not only mixing. What I see as I studied music, the way that they put the sounds together is really it's been studied, not just
because it's really difficult once you combine these kind of, let's say, music together.
It's very hard.
Either going to succeed or it's going to really sound bad and people are going to hate
because
it.
you have to look at the time signature of the song, the beats, the key, where it starts from, even the speed of the song, and the way that they're doing it, they're really doing a great job. I love their work.
And
I
also
really
we are
love
proud
it.
when we heard some of the melodies they played with the bands, and also Saba, I heard she have a very beautiful, mashallah, voice. Like instead of the violin, she's singing Arabic and Kuwaitis and even English songs, and Western. So this is your passion for the violin. When did you start? Like, I want to sing, Saba.
I wanted to sing before I even played the violin. I sung since I was
Young.
She always
when I came out of my mom's stomach.
she always, anywhere at home, she holds anything as a mic and she starts to sing. She always sings. Always.
Still until today the same?
Yes.
Yes, even more.
Even more.
Today's even more.
But like some people, like even us, when we hear some certain song, we keep repeating the song maybe 3-4 days. You do also the same as a singer, as a professional singer?
Like
3-4 months.
3-4 months.
Yeah, this is the right way to do it, actually.
So, talking about singing, some, let's say, artists prefer singing in a specific language. So, for instance, if you like to sing in English, then you find it really difficult to sing in Arabic, and vice versa. If you like to listen to Arabic song, you would, let's say, master being singing in Arabic, but you cannot, let's say, manage to do that in English. So, how do you feel about that? Like, do you feel that it's really challenging for an artist, especially talking more about, let's say, a person who listens to a certain kind of music? Is it difficult to manage to, let's say, scale both kind of side of vocals, let's say, in that kind of sense?
Yes, to me it's really difficult, but the most important thing is to listen, to always listen to the mix, like not only listen to Arabic music, not only listen to English music. You have to listen to a lot of songs every day, every single day. Yeah. So it gets easier when you listen to more music.
It gets easier. You have to learn the techniques. I was privileged before. Long time ago, I was presented one of the shows, Arabic with C rhythm and English with Arabic instruments. So I know the way how you are dealing, because I was hearing this kind of concert too many time ago, because I used to had the privilege to present these kind of events. it comes to opera, it was a little bit difficult because you cannot match a music with the opera song.
Technique is different.
Technique is different. So I noticed like everything you can made a technique, doctor. Like any kind of music in the world, you can combine with the C rhythm, marawis and also tabla and the others. So when you heard like your daughter wants to have like a mixed band, it comes to your mind you want to show like a Kuwaiti identity with the different rhythms?
Well, actually, you know, Saba doesn't only sing English and Arabic.
Okay,
She sings a lot of other languages such as Turkish,
nice,
Ottoman, Filipino,
nice.
Italian, German, because I taught her, I gave
techniques?
her actually opera lessons,
Nice.
voice lessons, how to sing opera and area songs. So she sings a lot of different colors, but I see that in everything she sings, she tries to do her best, and she tries to change the color and change the technique, which is something very hard to do. It's very hard.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yet again, it's a challenge and she's up for it. As we can see, mashallah, she's managing to do something very great and very beautiful. But I would ask you certain, let's say, matter of what do you actually prefer? Like now, Sabah, within this time and within this zone, like do you prefer singing in Arabic or singing in English? Or let's say different kind of, let's say, language? Like where do you feel that Sabah now is actually mastering this kind of sense? Like in which category do you feel that you're comfortable with?
It changes every day. Right now, I feel like singing English more because Arabic is so hard to sing Arabic. It's way different than singing English. So
Nice.
my mom is teaching me how to sing Arabic. She's giving me classes.
It's
and
harder.
Like for me, I feel when you're happy, it's easy to sing in English. But when you're sad, I feel like singing Arabic would be more effective, and it shows, you know. Like I don't know why. Like I always connect them to the feelings, so I feel that. So how about it? Like
Yeah, you know why? Because first of all, the lyrics.
Okay.
If you're listening the lyrics in English, translating the English into Arabic wouldn't give you the same meaning.
yeah,
That's number one. And the opposite. If you have Arabic lyrics, no matter how much you translate it into English, it wouldn't give you exactly the same of the writer's feeling.
Yeah.
But you, as it's not your mother language, you feel it differently.
right.
This is number one. Number two, whatever system has been using, is it the 12th equal temperament? Is it the 24th equal temperament? Is it the 53 equal temperament, which is the Turkish people, they use it, and also in Iraq they use it, and actually in Kuwait we used to use the 53 equal temperament
Okay.
before. So if you listen to our old singers, such as Abdallah Fadala, may
Okay.
God rest him in peace, you can listen to the intervals and the maqam, we call it in Arabic, which is the key.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear, I mean, not the key,
The weight?
scale.
Yeah, scale.
We
okay.
call scale in Arabic maqam. The maqams used to be different back then.
Okay.
If you listen to all our singers, and the most better singer ever in history is the Naham.
Okay.
The Naham is actually
It's something our tradition.
Exactly. The Naham is the singer who sings on the ship. You know, Kuwait before
To motivate
before
the
oil,
sailors.
they used to travel to India for 4 months. It's really hard. It's a hard job. So what do? They sing to pass the time. They have singers. They have. That's why we have our traditions, the instruments, the marwas, and we call tabl bahri, which is the sea drum. All of these instruments, our ancestors used to play. That's why a lot of Kuwaitis are musicians from this journey to
Yeah,
the
from
sea,
their origin.
Exactly, from origins. So we used to sing in the 53 equal temperament, which is very hard. It's very, very hard because it divided the intervals into a very small specific number, and it's hard for anybody to sing it. So the Naham is the greatest singer in Kuwait. That's what, in my opinion, of course.
And also we are proud about our heritage, about our history. You mentioned something important, doctor. Like this, something comes from our origin. Like this is like we used to be like more than 300 years ago, and we see like we keep it today. You see this kind of instrument now. They are playing live in the concert and even big events. So we are curious to hear about next songs. So are you ready? Always ready. So let's check out what we'll go to this break. They will continue show around Kuwait. So stay tuned.
Flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. مشرومية تاريخي السقوف مقربة يا إخواني. قلت وقفي لي وارفعي البوشية خليني أروي ظهري العطشاني. قلت وقفي لي وارفعي البوشية خليني أروي ظهري العطشاني.
We are back to our show again around Kuwait. We are excited to hear also, we are continuing the conversation with our distinguished guest today. We hear about too many things about music, Hiba.
Yes, indeed. And when you want to know more about the band, Sabah, tell us more about the whole idea, because we can see that you are trying to preserve that kind of traditional, authentic, let's say, art and heritage. And yet again, trying to, let's say, also have different kind of, let's say, concept of presenting also Western music and combining it all together. How important is that when it comes into your band vision?
We love to perform something for everyone, for
Okay.
kids, teens, preteens, adults, elders. So there's something to listen to hear for
So
everyone.
do you already perform on different stages in Kuwait with your old band, like people now with the audience watching you?
Yeah,
So
We-
do you remember the event?
we went to a lot of events.
Yeah.
We went to Dar al-Athar,
Okay,
Yeah.
Darta Islamia, yes.
yes, and we went to multiple colleges and played there. We went to Al-Naqaba.
Yeah, yeah, we call it the syndicate, professional syndicate for media and also art. How was the perspective and the we call it the engage with the audience? How was the feeling with you?
When the audience gives us a reaction, it means the world to us. It means
Right.
like we're on the right path.
Nice.
So it's really fun to see the audience engage with us.
Nice, I heard something new. So now I know how the artists feel with
Yes.
the audience engaging with them.
Yes, that's the most important thing, is having that kind of engagement. So, talking more about you now as a mother, of course you've attended her show and you start to see the reaction between her, let's say, Sparkle, and the let's say audience, and how it actually shows through her features. I'm very sure, being a mother, you immediately connect with an eye movement, with the blink and everything. So tell us more about that kind of experience from a different, let's say, view. Like she told us about her experience as a musician and being part of it. Tell us more about your
Well,
side of it.
actually, I've been there for Sabah since she started. And I can see that her band is going on a very right direction. As a mother and as a musician, that's my opinion. So what they're doing is, as what she said, they're trying to affect everybody by their music. This is the right thing to do, actually, because you can't just hold one genre or
Yes.
one music and stay with it, because nobody's gonna. You're gonna like it one time, two times, but then it's gonna start to be boring.
Okay.
So you have to change, and that's what they're doing. Actually, they're doing such a great job
Right.
on the audience. I see each time, whenever she change the way that the direction that she's going, the more direction that is getting a lot of great audience is that she's putting her roots inside
Yes.
the music.
Yeah.
Nice. And let's talk more now, Sabah, because you are the vice president of the Fusion band. We'll talk about now the members in general, but I will focusing more about the president, Jarrah. So the interaction we saw, like between you in the band and when you are playing, you always have an interaction with him. So it's like the way you are talking to him, just like to adjustment for the way you are playing, or you have like some different notes you have to exchange with each other.
We like to perform our songs different each time.
Okay.
So we can play the same song, but change a little something here, something there.
Tiny
So
touch.
yeah, we have to put our little touches
Touches,
each time. So we me and Jarrah discuss that all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes I witness the same song, they play it differently the second time. That's
Okay.
impressive, actually.
Right.
Because as a musician, when I listen to it the first time, I see the second time in a different
Way
color.
or scale.
Yes, exactly. That's
So this is one of the most, let's say, challenging thing that face a musician. Talking more about you coming from a musician family, therefore I'm very sure there is always that kind of, let's say, meeting where you sit on a table and a dinner or
Sure, you're
lunch, and
discussing.
then this topic comes up, like, you know, a specific note, a specific, let's say, a rhythm and so on. So these kind of, let's say, conversations, 100%, I'm very sure that actually happens on that kind of, let's say, table. So tell us more about that. And especially, you know, a musician is always sensitive.
Don't go so far.
Yeah, they're so sensitive. Like once you tell them, like you, let's say, missed a pitch or something, and then you'll be like, no, like it was perfect, and you know that kind of sense that you have to hear yourself from a different person is really kind of difficult to accept it somehow. So tell us about that kind of, let's say, dinner, let's say, meetings.
We do have different opinions sometimes, but
Like, is it really effective? Like, does it really, let's say, reflect it in a positive way? That's very important
Yes.
to have these kind of moments.
yes, because the thing is, I'm still starting in music.
Yes.
They've been in this industry
for
for
a
a
long time.
long time. So even if I have, you know, different views and different perspective on music, I still listen to them.
And there is something else also, Saba. Remember, in the off-air, you always discuss with your mom what maybe there is something wrong in the tunes when you are hearing. So no, this is wrong, this is right. So when you are performing, she's already observing. For sure, after the show, you have a chit chat with each other. When the dinner times comes, this mistake, you have to do this. Is it true?
You know what it feels like? It feels like I'm living with a teacher.
Yeah.
You know, she's teaching me 24/7. It's a good thing.
Let me tell you a secret. That's how I feel about my dad.
Okay.
Because you know, my both parents are musicians. When I do something, they are the ones who
Yes.
judge, and exactly, she's living the
You
same.
do the same.
Yeah.
What goes around
History
comes
is
back
repeating.
around, you know?
So I really know how she feels. I try sometimes to let her do and take her own path and learn. Actually, she needs that. She needs to find which way is right.
Okay.
And she can discover this by her own without me, without my help.
Nice.
She will someday, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're always sure.
Yeah.
I have something in my mind, Heba. I noticed, like now, the question comes to Dr. Zainab. When you are performing, you are singing, I see like the difference between the Arabic and English song. It comes to your breath. Like there is some breath comes from your head,
Yes.
some of it comes from your chest.
Exactly.
I know because you are expert in the field. We need to tell us more. What about the techniques? How is the difference? I know this one from your head, this one from my chest.
Well, singing in the chest voice or the head voice is used in all kind of music.
Okay.
The Eastern, the Western. This is called the singing register.
Okay.
Actually, a human sings from two registers. You have
Okay.
two registers where the sound creates or produce. The first register is the chest.
Okay.
So the sound comes from the chest. That's why you call it the chest voice. The second register is the head. So the sound comes from the head.
Okay.
That's why it calls the head voice. What's the difference between both?
Okay.
Well, there's scientifically a difference. First of all, when you sing in your chest voice actually, most of my students in college, it's easier for them to sing it because it's closer to your speaking voice. If you want to take a test, just put your hand on your chest and say Kuwait International
Yes.
TV.
Yeah, state of Kuwait, I can
State
feel
of
it.
Kuwait,
Yes,
yeah.
I
Can you feel the
it.
vibration?
Yes, from my
so
chest.
when you sing in the chest voice, if you put your hand on your chest, you will feel the vibration. But if you sing in the head voice, subhanAllah, this vibration will be gone. There's no vibration here. So the sound subtly from the chest, it goes to the head. What's the difference scientifically in the vocal cords? Well, actually, when you sing the lower notes, the vocal cords, which is located
Lower?
behind your the Adam's apple. Actually, everybody has Adam apple, even women. It's not shown, but it's there. It's, the vocal cords is located right
Okay.
behind the Adam's apple. And when you sing in your chest voice, which is the lower pitches, the vocal cords are very narrow
Narrow.
and
Okay.
short. The more you go up with the pitch, the higher it gets longer, stretches.
Stretched, yeah.
The stretches longer. So when you sing in the chest voice, you can feel a different color. So
Okay.
I will try to sing something in my chest voice. So just for you to
In a brief, yes.
yeah, just to know
Yeah.
the difference between them. That's my chest voice. If I want to sing in my head voice, I will go. This is my
This is
head
the head
voice, so you
voice.
can feel.
Yes.
And actually, when you sing in your head voice, your head will become.
You get a headache.
Yeah, exactly. If you didn't eat. That's why I always tell her, eat before you sing, especially the head voice.
Yes.
Although singing in the chest voice, it's easier for the student, but it's harder because it requires extra air.
Yes.
But the head voice doesn't. That's what my students. The head voice, you need to learn a specific technique.
Okay.
The student can't sing it right away because
Yes.
you don't use it. It's something
Yeah.
new for them. So you have to
Okay.
teach them how to use it. So they give me a very hard time to teach them to get her to know that there is something called head voice, because usually they sing, let's say if they're singing in C major, they will go, it's not do, but I will just sing do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. They can't sing the
Yeah,
rest.
they reach
because
that kind of sense, yeah. Because it's
only,
difficult.
yeah, they can sing only the chest. They don't know how to switch. It's actually all about how to use your diaphragm.
Technique. And,
Diaphragm.
Yeah.
And because the diaphragm is the largest muscle in your body. It's located right under your lungs. It's the largest muscle. It goes around until your spine behind. And what the diaphragm helps you to create the sounds, helps you to switch from head to chest, help you to sing long phrases or short phrases. So that's why that's how they
Nice.
learn singing. By first they have to know the
Yeah.
vocal.
The way and everything. That's why we're always proud. And the way she's already expressing, I guess, all our voices from our heads, because we are
Yeah.
announcers.
Yeah.
And we reached the end of our episode.
Yes, we're really happy to have you both, and we were really excited, and we've gained a lot of great information. Thank you so much, Dr. Zainab, for your
Thank
time,
you.
and also for you, Sabah. We wish you all the best and success when it comes into, of course, Fusion Band, and hopefully you'll see you in upper great position. Maybe you'll attend one of your great, let's say, performance. Maybe let's say in Jack one day. Why not?
What?
Inshallah.
We'll be
Thank
proud
you very
to
much.
attend.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm very happy to be here with you today. Thank you so much for this invitation.
You're most welcome. So, dear viewers, we reached the end of our episode for today. Hope you enjoyed the segment. See you next time, and have a good day.